Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing another video with you using the new Sentimentally Yours Florascript collection. And right now we're going to do a little bit of prep work. I've got on my desk, I'll tell you where you can get the products from. You can get them from my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and you can also get them over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk as well. They're also on Hobby Maker as well, while stocks last. Okie dokie, so as I said, we're going to do a little bit of prep work. I've got an A5 piece of acetate on my desk here, and I've just got a piece of copy paper underneath it, so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. You can see all the little bits as well. Okay, and we're going to be using the new beautiful Fanfare 6x6 stencil. So we are going to just secure that with a bit of Lilac tape. Just so that it doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, because I won't be using all of it anyway. And I've got some texture medium from Flawless Media, Sentimentally Yours, and I'm nearly at the end of my pot, but it is still usable. I've had this for a couple of years now and it's still really usable. It doesn't seem to be any lumps in it. It's just perfect. Quite often texture medium actually dries up, but this is just absolutely fine. Do I need that? I think that's going to be absolutely plenty. There's a little bit left. Good maintenance is to always clean around the top of your pot before you put the lid on, and then you can get back in it. I'm sure that's more than enough. I've just got a spare bit of craft sheet here that I'm working with, so that I don't make a massive mess, and it's easy to carry that to get that cleaned up. And I've got some Chalky acrylic paint. I've got lilac blooms here. This is a new pot, not used this one before. Give it a shake, and there's loads in actually in the lid. Let's see if we can use what's in the lid. So I'm using this to colour the texture medium. Now the texture medium, you can see it's white, but it's going to dry clear. I don't think we need much more than that. I think that'd be fine because it's highly pigmented. And we'll put the lid on until it snaps. It must snap. If it doesn't snap, it's not airtight, and that's one way to lose your paint. Let's get this all mixed in. You don't want to use loads of paint because it is a liquid medium, so it's going to make your texture medium more runny. Look at that. I mean, it's a fabulous colour already. Let me hold it up because you can't quite see it, can you? Look at that colour already, and it will go nice and clear. Will it be chalky and clear? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop some along the top edge here. And then we're going to use woodware scraper, the best invention, and we're going to, I have got some left on my website. We're just going to drag it down. There's loads left. We might have to do another stencil while we're at it. Fabulous. There's not the urgency to get this off of the what am I saying? Off the acetate as it is with paper, because acetate is obviously a non-absorbent film, and so yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. Where's my pokey tool? We want to use that one. That's a decent one. Right, never mind. So we're going to just get this off like so. I want to be careful that we don't go back into the... Let's just put that there for a sec. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that looks. And it's going to look more beautiful when the texture paste actually dries. So I'm going to put that to one side to dry, and we've got medium left. So I'm going to grab my other piece of A5 acetate, which should be to hand. Yes, it is. And we're going to grab another piece of copy paper, so we don't want to waste that. And we use the other stencil. I am going to mist the other stencil with water because I didn't anticipate having loads left over. Don't know why. I should know myself better than that. Let's just mist the other stencil so that doesn't dry on the stencil. They don't get much waste actually with the scraper, so that's absolutely brilliant. So let's grab the Polkas, Shabby Polkas, which is the other, or Shabby Polka, which is the other new stencil this month. So we'll pop that on there. Why it's not wanting not? Tape. And I have a feeling that this colour paint will go very well with the Lavender Meadow cardstock. I'm hoping it will. But there again, I might not even use coloured cardstock. I might just use white. You might still have some left over. And we can grab our scraper tool. Yeah, because it's a small stencil. Fabulous. There's a tiny bit left over. It's not loads. It's a little bit. It's quite a lot, a little bit, isn't it? What we could do is actually put it into the pot that's nearly empty, and then I can use it at a later date. I'll just mark it as to what is in it. I think I'll do that. Actually, I will pull it. It is easier to just to pull that off. And then lift this off. There's virtually nothing left on there. Like I say, the scraper tool is very, very good. And we've got lots of little dots, perfect little dots. Fabulous. Love that. The polka dot stencil will dry a lot quicker than the beautiful Fanfare because it's got a much smaller design to it. So as I said, I'm going to just put this in here. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to put it in here because there's virtually nothing left in here, and we can have some Lavender Meadow ready to go. Not Lavender Meadow, lilac blooms or lavender blooms. What's it called? Sorry, lilac blooms ready to go when I need it. Okie dokie. So I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then we will carry on when it's dry. Okay, so my texture paste is nice and dry on my acetate, and you've got choices of sides which you might want to use. You can see how beautiful the design is. Can it focus on the white card. So you've got, this is smooth, so this is the back side, and then this is slightly textured and raised. So I suppose if you want it to be quite tactile, you can have the raised side, and if you want it to be nice and smooth, then you've got this side here. I don't know which side I'm going to use actually. I might use that one. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then I've also got my polka dots as well, which are nice and dry. Let's hold it up to you. See, in that lovely lilac blooms chalky acrylic paint. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to use this in a project for a release that's coming up in April, because I think it'll be perfect for that. So we're going to use this one, and what I've done is I've cut a frame out using the Debossed double stitched squares, and that will go over like that, which looks lovely. But it's quite nice to have a texture behind it, because it, obviously that's see-through. So I've cut the middle die out, and I've actually chopped it down because I reduced the size of my square frame a wee bit. So we've only got the debossed stitch on one side, but that's fine because it's going to get hidden anyway. So that will go under there, and this actually will go on top of that texture. So you've got texture and an embossing folder underneath, which is quite cool. So this is the double diamonds embossing folder that I've used. It looks fab on the debossed side as well. Shall I use the debossed side actually? I don't think it matters. I'm going to use the embossed side. Yes. So, I mean, if you were really particular, you could actually try and position it so the icons were on the diamonds, but the pattern repeats don't line up, so you could just get the middle one done. I'm not going to bother anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get that on there, but I want to stamp on the frame, which is why I've not applied the tape beforehand, and we're going to actually stamp an image. So I do need some card. Let me just quickly grab some card. Will that be big enough? That should be big enough. And so I need to double check which size I'm using. I'm going to cut it out with the Graceful squares. And which number is this? I think this is the third one. No, it's the second one. So it will be cut out using the smallest Graceful squares. Yes, right. Okie dokie. So that's all we need. That's plenty, absolutely plenty. Let's grab my stamping platform. And we're going to stamp the Florascript. We're not going to do any colouring in. We're going to stamp it in a coloured ink, so that we don't have to necessarily colour it in. And I'm not going to use all of it because I'm going to cut it out anyway, but we will stamp it all so you can see what it looks like. So this is the Florascript Beautiful Blooms Medley. And I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to be using the lilac. Now I've already stamped this stamp using black ink. So I have actually cleaned my stamp so that we do get the lilac colour, which, because I'm using Lilac Bloom from Versafine Clair. It is a little bit dirty still, but honestly, I did clean it. I did clean it. Hopefully we can get away with it. So we're on pure white card from Sentimentally Yours. And we are going to just roll it off and roll it on again so we don't get any air bubbles, because it's a big A6 stamp. Roll sleeves up time, and then we're going to put the Lilac Bloom Versafine Clair over the top. It's not a perfect match for the Lavender Meadow card, and it's not a perfect match for the chalky paint either, but it's like contrast, kind of complementary shade. That's the word. Words are escaping me today. Okay, I think we're inked within an inch of our life. I'm not worried actually if some of the black does come out. It'll just give it a different tone. And we're going to really concentrate on this area in the middle, because this area in the middle is the bit that we're just going to cut out using the Graceful Squares die. They are very, very juicy ink pads, the new Versafine Clairs. I missed quite a bit. The beauty of the stamping platform is you can go back in. Why am I missing that bit? Shouldn't be worried about that bit. I do need that detail there. I'm missing a bit there. I know there's ink on it. At least I think there is. Let's go with more ink. Actually, I can't see any ink left on the stamp, so it must be me. It must be me. Let's just concentrate on that middle section. It's nice in the lilac, doesn't it? Don't be kind of narrow-minded and think that you've got to just always do it in black. It is nice to colour in, it's very mindful to colour in, but it's also nice to use lots of different colours. There's nothing stopping you actually colouring this in if you wanted to. I'm having a lot of trouble with that bit there. Why is that? Yeah, so and so. I'm also struggling with this leaf down here. I know it's a bit grungy, but it's not that grungy. I'm pressing on the right one, aren't I? Who knows? I've stamped this loads of times, so I don't know why I'm struggling now. That's better, I think. Yep, that's good. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I've got a bit of a runny nose because I've got my runny eyes back. My runny eyes making my nose run. So that's where it's going to go. So I do need to look at this leaf down here as well. That's where there was a lot of black ink there. I wonder if the black ink has made my purple ink not want to work so well. Do I need that butterfly? Yes, I do. Bear with. Oh, that's, I took the wrong side. I'm making a right meal of this, aren't I? Okay, we're good now. Right, so I'm going to cut that out. You have to decide whether you want the kind of indented side or the rounded side at the top. I think I like the rounded side, so I think we're going to go a bit like that. Okay, and then we're going to cut that out. Okay, that's all cut out now, and it just changes it completely, the image, once it's cut out. And I've got these bits here left, so I can cut flowers out of those if I want to. So yeah, hang on to those. And this is going to go on here. Let's see if we can get this lined up properly, because there is a certain way that these go together and it just drives me nuts. I think that looks good actually. So we're going to have that way, and then we're just going to ink around the edges of this. Just add a little bit more of the lilac bloom around the edge. Just to set it off. That's that. Let's put that, not where I'm going to put it, just put it there. Don't roll off. Right, so we kept that the right way, so we know what this is going to go sitting nicely. This can be flattening underneath my mat while we do the next bit. Don't move that, Julia, because you'll lose where you are. That's where we're going. Really lovely colour of card, this. I tend to use it a lot. This one and the powder blue and the is it Arctic blue? Not Arctic blue, Air Force blue. Yes, I really like that one too. There we go. So let's look at the frame now and think about what we're going to stamp or do with the frame. I'm still a little bit, you know, here, there and everywhere as to what I'm doing, but I think what we're going to do is I'll take some stamps from the Beautiful Blooms Paraphernalia, I think. I can't make my mind up. I'm really faffing. So first of all, I think what we might do is bring in this one. Let's get my stamping platform mat out. And then we'll have a cushion and a piece of paper to mess up. So what I think we're going to do is, first of all, stamp this. This is the Delicate Script, another A6 stamp set, and this is going to go on a block. The problem is when you've got so many choices, it's hard to make the choice. If somebody said use this, then I'd use it. And I've put a little blob to show me which way the text up is meant to be, which way up the text is meant to be. I told you my words are rubbish at the minute. So let's just have some text from the middle using the lilac blooms. And if I kind of line this up straight, then we might get something straight. Let's say about there. Should we go all the way around? Yeah, let's go all the way around. So we just need a bit in the middle over here. And add an edge. So we need this edge. For around here. it straighten up. Just going to go and then we fill in that last bit. There are some blobby bits because the stamp is quite, the ink pad is very juicy, so we get some blobby bits, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. And this is why I've got this piece of paper underneath, so that I don't make a mess of my foam. There we go. So there's a script all the way around our frame. Cool. And then I think we'll add just a little bit extra detail, because we can. Just give this a bit of a wipe. And we'll get some of the Paraphernalia stamps out. So it's up. That's the right way up. I love these little stamps. So useful. So let's have, we've got to have a splat. As I said, that's the rules. You need to have a splat. So we have some splats around. Don't think about it, just go for it. That looks fab as it is, doesn't it? We will add a postmark or two as well, and that will be it. And so on this one, I think we're going to add this bit here. Let's put it on there straightish. Some of these will get covered up. You're just making yourself a kind of random background. Problem is knowing when to stop. And I never know when to stop. Let's have that one up there. Okay, so that's our frame. All done. Cool, isn't it? I think it's cool. I'll put that to one side for a moment. Give this a wipe. This is for me this sort of thing is the fun part. So I love stamp sets like this. They've got so much potential. And I love from the Notebook Botanicals, I love the Postmark Paraphernalia and the, what's the other one? I think that one's just called Notebook Paraphernalia. Yeah, I think they're really, really, really useful. So let's just leave that for a minute because it will get wet, or sorry, get smudged. So we'll go for this. No, we won't go for that one. We've got some layers here. So we're using the stitched torn squares as one of the layers, and we've got this one here at the back. It's going to be an 8x8 card. Stop sooner. You can do 7x7 if you stop about there. So on this one, we're going to use the other background, which is called, where is it? There we are. This is called the Florascript Postmarks. So we're going to use that one on this bit here. And I think what we're going to do is, should we use the block or not? I think we're going to have it stamp in hand. So we've got stamp hand in it. I've said that ages. So we won't see much of it, which is why I'm not going to put on a block. We're just going to go around the edge. Now you could use some of the smaller ones if you want to, some of the smaller stamps, but we are using, we're making a mess and we are using this one. I think I will put a piece of kitchen. Should I put kitchen roll underneath? No, we'll put this underneath. Just so that I don't make a humongous mess that I have to tidy up. Where's my ink pad? I had an ink pad somewhere. There it is. So this time we're going to use milled lavender because I think milled lavender is a really good match for the paint. And so we'll bring in this colour ink as well as the lilac blooms. So we're just going to press our stamp into the milled lavender and add some stamping around the edges. It doesn't matter if we miss a bit or if we go over a bit, because the nature of this stamp is that it's quite grungy and the postmarks overlap, so you can really just not really think about it and just go, but we are going to have them all up the right way. If you're a little bit OCD, don't do this because it will drive you nuts. So let's see how that would look with our stitched torn squares. That looks fabulous. Fabulous. Very happy with that. That's the, where's the lid? Milled Lavender Distress Oxide. So I'll just give that a mist with water to clean that off. Though I don't normally bother with cleaning, it's very easy to clean off oxides and distress inks from your stamps, so you might as well do it. And you don't want to have transference of the colour to another stamping, because you would do, because if you left the ink on there, as soon as you put another colour on there, then it would reactivate, so you get another colour. If you want that, that's fine. Let's put that back on there and put that away properly in a minute. So that's your Postmarks A6 stamp. Right, have we done all the stamping? No, we haven't quite finished stamping yet. So what we also are going to do is stamp a sentiment, and we're going to stamp some of these little butterflies from the this one, the Beautiful Blooms Paraphernalia. By the time I've finished all these videos, I will have learnt the names, she says, but probably not. So let's start with this one first. We'll bring in our foam. Probably don't need it, but we'll bring it in anyway. Into the Lilac Bloom Versafine Clair again. And we'll just stamp. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we do the smaller one as well. Let's put that back a bit better than that. I might just like to have them on there properly. And the smaller one, exactly the same design butterfly, but a smaller one. There's a small one, then they're all together. Easy peasy. And then we want a sentiment as well. Let's put this back in here. because I'm getting in a bit of a mess on my desk at the moment. I've had so much stuff out. So we grab a sentiment and we're using this set here, which is the Words of Inspiration. I'm going to use Make Time for You. Again, I'm not doing any stamping in black on this card. It's all in shades of lilac and lavender. Make time for you. I've got a bit of a blotch there, so I'm going to just stamp it again. So these ink pads are very, very juicy. So sometimes it drives me around the twist. That's a bit better. Okie dokie, so that's that done. I think that's all my stamping now. Oh no, there's a little bit more, so I might as well do that now. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that. So I am actually going to add some proper flowers to this particular card, and I'm using the Florascript, the second collection. This is the lacy tips, and I'm using the 6 petals. So I've cut some of these out and some of that size. So it's the middle 2 sizes I've cut out, and I'm also using the whimsy foliage as well from Floral Finery. So where are they? Here they are. I knew they'd be here somewhere. Here's my flowers. They're beautiful as they are, but I thought we could add to them. So we're going to. I'm going to use that. Yeah, I'm going to use the tiny block, tiny acrylic circle, and we are going back into the Beautiful Balloons Paraphernalia, and I'm going to use the icon that matches the stencil. So it's the smallest stamp, and I've used this one before on another of my videos, and you do have to be very, very delicate with it because it's the smallest stamp on the set, but it's an icon, so it's really useful. And I thought it might be nice to add an icon to the flowers. I don't know, it might look a mess, but we'll try it. We're not going to press very, very hard. We're just going to press quite lightly. It won't necessarily be in the same place all the time because I'm doing it by eye. Some of them will be better than others, but you know, flowers aren't always perfect. That one's definitely not perfect. I think I'm doing about 50-50 at the moment. What do you think? It's good, doesn't it? Yeah. The smallest stamp. It's so useful, this little stamp. So I'm going to go again with this one. The trick is to take your time and not necessarily do it as part of a video, but and don't press too hard. You'll get used to, I mean, when I did the video the other day, it was the first time that I'd used that stamp, and the first impression was a bit naff, to say the least, but you learn. Now this isn't going to fit so well because it's a smaller one, but it's still worth doing because it's going to be, I'm only doing 2 flowers in 2 corners, so I think it would look odd if one corner had this on. It's still looking good actually, I'll show you in a sec. That was a bit off. Here we go. Doesn't it look good? Very happy with those. I'm glad I did this. And then we're going to put them aside to dry a bit before we shape them. And then that bit ended up in the lacy bit, that's fine. That one's off a bit. Getting excited, getting cocky now. Last one. Don't forget they'll be shaped, and then they'll have a pearl in the middle as well. And you could use stamens, you could go with a whole hog. But them's the flowers. That makes me happy. With that little dinky little icon stamp. Don't lose that stamp. That's another thing, tiny stamps tend to go missing. It's good actually that it's right in the centre of the set. You're less likely to lose it as long as you put it away every time. The splats would look good in the centre of the flowers as well. Oh, so many choices that you have. Right, where are we at now? I've got that. I need to edge around these. Let's put those to one side for a moment. Let's edge around this. I could bring milled lavender in and do that instead, but I'm using this because I haven't got my milled lavender sponge out. So we'll just do all the edges in this. I might be a while because I might do the lavender ones as well. That'll be a lot of inking. You can always fast forward to go and make a cup of tea. I'll still be here. And that's the beauty, I think, of the YouTube videos. You can just pause or fast forward however you want to. And they're there, they're free for you to watch, they're there forever. You can craft along if you want to. You can even kind of save to watch later. Make sure the notifications are turned on, so as soon as I publish another video you get notified. There's quite a lot now. On the Sentimentally Yours playlist I think there's about 140, something like that, across collections. I think I started doing them around about COVID time, but more recently, since I moved house, there's quite a few of them. I find them easier than lives because I never know what I'm doing. There we go, that's that one. And let's do this one with this very faded postmark background. This is easier to do than around the frame. I hope this card looks good by the time I've finished. Right, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm not going to go around the lilac pieces. I'm just going to go around the white pieces that have been stamped on. That means I must go around the sentiment, which I've already cut out. So the sentiment I've already cut out using the smallest die in the Graceful squares. So we've used these two dies for the topper, if you like, and then we've used the smallest one for the sentiment. And they are still available, the layered differently, because Phil ordered some more. If you're after the Charming 2 collection, or the Charm 2 collection, I have requested some from Sentimentally Yours for my stock. So if you click on the email when available button, you'll get notified as soon as I do have stock, providing Phil orders some more. It depends on demand. So that's the thing, if you like something, you are best off ordering it if you can, as and when you see it. Right, let's get this all started and let's see where we're at. So let's do the frame first. So we've got our beautiful stenciled background, and I think we'll have it the bobbly side up because then it'll be nice and tactile. Obviously you can do this on card, you don't have to do it on acetate. I like it on acetate because you can raise it up and then it casts a shadow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually put 2 layers of tape underneath it, and I have got some U-mount here, which I can trim down myself to the width that's a little bit narrower, hopefully I've done it right. Yeah, no, that'd be good. And this one is cool because I don't get it on right, I can lift it up. It doesn't stick straight away. It's repositionable, that's the term, isn't it? And I've got 2 pieces stuck together, so we've got double depth, not double death, double depth. I need a teeny tiny bit in the corner as well. Okay, just have a teeny tiny bit in the corner, just so it doesn't sag in the corner. Okay, there for a minute. And I think I'm going to put it on with the phone side up because I've trimmed these down, so I think I'll be able to see better if I do it this way. So we have this one first. So I've got on the smooth side is facing me. I can't see what I'm doing. Let's move this out of the way. I want to make sure it's straight. Looks pretty good to me. Then we're going to put another layer of tape, and this will give us, it's not necessary, if you wanted to do a shaker card, then you can do this. It's not necessary if you don't want to do a shaker card to make sure the gaps are sealed up, but if you do want to do a shaker card, you do need to make sure the gaps are sealed up. Shaker cards are really cool, actually. You could make it into a shaker. Yes, let's do that. Let's make sure all the gaps are together. That'll be another little quirky thing to this. Make sure that I don't want to see that tape. Yeah, I think we're good. And then another bit. It's going to be all singing or dancing, this one. Put that up. And then fill in that last little gap. And it doesn't, this tape's really good because it doesn't stick your scissors up, which is always a good thing. Now that's going to put right the way up to there. And we go into the corner. Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to find some sequins or something. Okie dokie, I found some sequins, and I found some ones from years ago that are actually, not that one, that are actually lilac. So they're going to be perfect. So we'll add a few of those in. Make sure that there is an escapee there from the next thing. So we can add some of those. We don't need loads, do we? No, we don't want to add loads, too many. And I thought we'd add a little bit of Crystal Aurora as well, glitter. Let's have a little bit of that in there. That'll be enough. I've had those sequins for years. Right, so now we want to take the back off. Especially if you're using glitter, make sure there's no gaps, because the glitter will get through the gap. I can actually see a little gap there, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Let's see if we can get a teeny tiny bit in the gap. It's where I did my join there. Right, and then we'll stick our double diamonds square on top. Like so. So we've got our shaker in there. And you see the glitter on the back as well. That's really cool. I could shake that forever. Except that the postmarks and the script are around the wrong way. Right. Okie dokie. Right, so we should be able to get this off. I think. Let's see if we can. Do you know, if I can do something wrong, then I will. So it's going to be quite hard to line this up now. But I'm going to have to do it because it's going to drive me nuts. I was having such a nice time doing that. Oh, that's ripping it now. That's not supposed to rip it. Let's just persevere with this. The shaker bit is nicely stuck down, that's fine. But if we should get all that off. Yeah, let's just take that off there because it's easier to get it off the acetate first. Is that coming off? I can hear the cat. I don't know what the cat's doing. Oh no, that's stuck to that. This is me showing you how to try and fix it, hopefully. I can't believe I did that. Can't believe I did that. Hopefully it won't distort the frame too much. There's little bits of this that's that's ripping, and I don't understand why bits are ripping. That's come off. That's come off. Here we go. Right. Okie dokie. We're off. That needs to go back on there like so. Let's go on there. This one wants to stay on because it's sticking on itself. Okay. Right, rewind. Rewind, let's see if that's nice. I need that to be nice and straight. Right, so that's going up, that's that way. Okay, and then this needs to be that way. Let's see if we can get up this on there now. See, you never know. You never knew, did you, that I got it wrong? There is a bit of glitter coming out. I don't know where the glitter's coming out from. Ah, it's because that's not stuck down properly. Okay. Phew. You've got to laugh at yourself, haven't you? Right, okay, let's go back to where we're at. So this is then going to go on here, and this is going to get stuck on here, nice and flat. So let's put that to one side for a minute. Don't panic. Now, if that had been normal foam tape, I would have been scuppered. That would have been disaster. So the moral of the story is, check your patterns. It was because I didn't turn my frame over after I put the tape on to check where I was at. That's why. If I hadn't been doing a video, it would have been fine. So this is going to go on here, like that, and then this one's going to go. I could put loads more foam tape on, but we're not doing loads. This one is going on flat as well. I need to check that is the right way up. Could have done another layer of white in between if I wanted to, but we haven't. And then this is going to go like, here we go. This is going to go on foam tape. And we've just got normal 2mm foam tape here. That's going to be across the middle. That's a smaller bit. Let's grab another pack. Managed to find a couple of packs of foam tape, which I'm very happy about. While I wait for some more to come. Off. Right, and they rip a little bit there as well. Not that it matters. Got one of those rolls. And then that's the way up. Looks good. And then this one is just going to get glued on. You know which way that is, and I'm not going to move that because I know that that's the right way. So if you did fast forward, you might not have realised that I did it wrong. So oh dear, what am I like? I'm very relieved that I managed to get the backs off that tape. I'm going to sit in the middle. I think it's middle-ish. Then we need our top of it, which has been lurking underneath here. We know that that's going to go in the middle. It's almost a shame to cover the back up, isn't it? And we're going to put 2mm foam tape on the back of this. I didn't do my print thing, did I? I'll do it on this one. See, I forget what I'm doing. No brain at all. So when the light catches it, you can see the shadow from the embossing folder, not the embossing folder, from the stencil underneath, and it's really cool when it does that. Well, I think it is anyway. Right, print, where is it? There it is. And then we're going to just shape the flowers and we'll be done. Maybe add a couple of pearls. Right, make sure I get this flower the right way up. The stem helps me because the stem's at the bottom. So this is going to go, hit the camera again in the middle. Okay. Looks good, doesn't it? Next, yes, flowers. So we're just going to give them a little bit of shape in my fingers. Like so. And I don't know whether to put, I normally put the same size together. We'll have a look to see whether I want to put smaller ones in there. I might actually, I don't normally, I might do one large, one small. I do like this little icon in the centre, that's cool. So it's whether I want to have the two the same size. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have them different sizes. So we put glue in the bigger one. And we'll offset it. Everything's falling over. press in the middle with the embossing tool. A sec. We've got, does my phone look alright? It does. I think what we'll probably do is go top right, bottom left. I don't normally go top right, bottom left, but I might do that. So we have a leaf there, a leaf there, leaf. Actually, they are going to be the same size, aren't they? Did I want the other leaves? Don't know. Do I want it down there like that? Don't know that either. Don't know much. Let's get a pearl in the centre. So I think I'm going to be able to get a 8mm in the centre. Or am I going to get a 5? Let's have a look. So if I only put a 5, I'll see more of my my little icons. So I think, yeah, 5. Yeah, we're going to go with 5s. That's what we're going to go with. Teeny bit of glue. And so these are porcelain white. And you can get these from Honeypot Crafts. Still haven't persuaded him to let me have them, but it's fine. To be honest, I don't have the space to have all the different colours of pearls that there are. There we go. Like I say, do I want to recess it down? It is quite nice to have them down a bit rather than right on the top. So I think we might do that. I tend to add the leaves in afterwards. Yeah. Let's just get rid of a tiny bit of that leaf there. And we'll put the leaves in first rather than second. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on all of them so that when they get sent to the studio they don't come off. Oop. And they don't get damaged. Right, let's see where we're at. Tweezers. I know they're here in front of me. There they are. Right, so I'm going to have the biggest leaves down the bottom. I'm going to have them right here. Except they don't want to stick. And then I might be able to put a pearl in the corner of my frame as well. I might do a few pearls actually. Is that going to be in the right place? Yeah, that's fine. What is it? I need to cover up the join with my flower. So my glue's nearly running out, so I'm going to stick it so it's standing up. So we're going to put that just in there like that. Okay. So what we're going to do with this one, don't know. I don't think I need all that stem. Oh, should have cut it off. Where's my scissors? There they are. And then we put this other flower, again recessed. Oh, things are sticking to me. I would have been better having more leaves, but a little bit on the bigger leaves here, but I changed my mind. I thought I was going to have a small flower on one side and this big flower on the other, but I've gone for the same size flowers. But it's fine. So that's where we're at so far. So do we want to have some pearls in each corner? Let's have a look. Don't necessarily need to have them there, but we might want pearls here. Look. No. More pearls. I could have one there. I don't know if I do need them actually. How would it look if I had one on this corner as well? With the flower. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have them on the stamped frame. It is very handy having a camera to look at, so help me decide what to do. So, thank you for sticking with me through this very long video, with mistakes, lots of faffing, fixes. At least you know how to fix things. But the thing is, you know, make sure everything's facing the right way before you stick it down, which is easier said than done. It's when you trying to think ahead about what you need to do next. It doesn't always happen. Got a bit of hair there. I might get to get that off. And if it's one of mine, I want to get. Good now. No, there it is. Can you see it, the hair? Right, where's the other? I need one more pearl, don't I? One more pearl. Yeah, I was there. Does the hair look even? That's the back, that's the bottom. Yeah, we're good, I think. Finally. Finally, we're finished. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. So we've got our shaker. We've got the lovely textured stencil on acetate, stamping with the Lilac Bloom Versafine Clair as opposed to black. We've got the icons on the little flowers, stamping around the frame, lots and lots of little bits. Obviously, if you don't like this colour, you can do it in whatever colour you want. As I said, you'll find the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. I've got any left. and also over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk as well. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope there's something that you've learnt from it. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel if you're not already, and thank you for watching.